March is a time of transition. Climbing out of winter slumber, the world begins to awaken towards spring. In a scene painted over 600 years ago, we see this transition borne out by the labors of peasants who prepare for the agricultural season. They watch over growing flocks, prune vines, and plow fields as life-giving spring showers begin to move across the landscape at the upper left corner. This scene is one of 12 created as calendar pages for the illuminated manuscript known as the Très Heures, or the Very Rich Hours, of the Duke of Berry. Made around 1412 to 1416, each month gets its own full-page scene, carefully painted with imagery that vividly depicts that month's activities and their settings. On the facing page is text with important dates and feast days, because this is a prayer book, a type known as a Book of Hours. These exquisite scenes were largely the work of three brothers, Herman, Paul, and Jean, though some elements were added by later artists after their deaths. In a semicircular arch above the activities of March are the signs of the zodiac associated with this month, Pisces and Aries. They surround an image of the sun, carried across the sky by a figure, likely the ancient Greek deity Phoebus or Apollo, guiding a chariot pulled by winged horses. Notations are provided for the number of days in the month and the phases of the moon. Just below this scene of the heavens and looming above our industrious peasants is an imposing chateau. This is Duke Jean of Berry's castle of Lusignan in what is today Western France. First built in the 10th century, this spectacular castle sadly no longer exists. We see it here at the height of its glory, thanks to Jean's investments in the structure. Although the Duke himself is not shown in the scene, his presence and his dominance over the workers below is suggested through this massive castle complex, replete with formidable defense walls and towers. An element of fantasy intrudes upon this otherwise naturalistic scene in the form of a small dragon hovering near the tower at the structure's far right. This fantastical beast recalls the legend of Melusine, a fairy woman cursed to have her lower body take the form of a serpent each Saturday, a transformation she had to keep from her husband Raymondon. They enjoyed a loving marriage and had numerous sons, establishing the lineage of Lusignan, with Melusine using her fairy gifts to build a spectacular castle. Their wedded bliss comes to an end after Raymondon spies his wife and her serpentine secret in the bath. Melusine leaves him, taking the form of a dragon. A version of this legend was written for Jean of Berry in 1393, an extraordinary romance that added to the allure of owning this legendary castle. In contrast to this nod to fantasy, the fields stretching below and the peasants who till them are notable for their earthly realism. The plowman anchors the scene. His labors create a strong horizontal line in the foreground, paralleled by the expansive chateau above. His hard work supports the whole of society. The figure's scale decreases as we look further into the space. The peasants pruning vines variously bend to their tasks. One figure is seen only from behind, his body skillfully foreshortened, or shown as though he angles away from us, so that he appears to lean deeply into the space of the painting. The shepherds and their dog flee from the pouring rain. We see a range of naturalistic effects from grassy fields and pasture to freshly plowed furrows. The Très Heures is a treasure trove of late medieval imagery. Among the most splendid Book of Hours ever produced, this work masterfully blends the real, the fantastic, and the sacred.